They're fairly well modified, and they're playing a sport which we call, or somebody calls, motorball. The worst job on the field is being the referee or linesman. The field is 40 by 60 meters long, and the goals are 15 meters wide. And there is a goal. Anything goes. Two teams, of course. 3 cars per team, and 2 reserve cars sitting on the sidelines, and the reason, you can see the reasons why. They have 2 halves. They have 10 minutes each way. I wouldn't be a linesman or a referee for all the tea in China. And it started in Holland. It's pretty popular. I wouldn't like to live in that house there, would you? Imagine the noise. So that guy there, number 20, is the Gary Lineker of MotoBall. And this is Gaza. They're only allowed to have 10 litres of fuel in each car, mainly because of the danger of fire if something untoward happens. He's a fit-looking lad. And they've got to try and get that car off the ball. It's a pretty extraordinary sport, I'm sure you will agree. And a marvellous goal there. And we can see, I hope you enjoyed that, it's something rather special. And we move now on to another eye-catching sport from Langerswaard in Holland. Do you remember these? Very popular in France, but also in Holland because it's such a flat country. These little Solex motors speed you along at 25 miles an hour. And here we see a little bit of ice racing. And this was held on the 16th of February in the north of Holland. It was called the Kitsley Open Ice Championship, 150 meters of track. And these little Solexes that were designed in 1942, they were designed actually before the war, if any of you are historians, but they actually never got onto the road until 1948 because of the war. 49.5 cc's, and on the flat with the following wind you get something like 60 kilometers an hour, but not on the ice. And there were over 800,000 of these engines were made. It's quite interesting. I don't know whether you remember, I actually used to have one of these. The engine actually lifts up off the wheel, and to make it drive, you get going, you give it a bit of a pedal, and you drop the engine down onto the wheel, and there's like a gripping roller in the center there. On one side, you see the 2 black sections, one on either side of the engine. One is the magneto, and the other is the petrol tank. It holds about a litre of 2-stroke. And it's still going, it's still in drive mode, the front wheel's zooming around there. They stopped producing these in France in 1988, and here are our champions. Everyone having a lot of fun here. Langerswaard, they had serious racing, 8 heats and big finals, and they're getting pretty serious. And by the end of the meeting, they're actually getting quite good at it. It looks like the bikes with the big wheels were the ones that worked best. But believe it or not, and I'm not kidding now, there is in fact an official championship, world championship for this event. So although we're looking at this a bit tongue-in-cheek, I like the guy here with the clogs on, giving himself like outriggers. This one's got Wellington boots, look. This one's wearing sneakers. But the guy with the clogs, I feel, has got a more traditional approach to the whole thing. And this is the finish of heat number 3. And we may need electronic timing to sort these two out. In fact, a last-minute spurt by 2:07, and he crosses the line just a spoke ahead